to the basics, aka the People's Podcast. I am your host and 1/3, Mr. J. Weeks, aka 52 of the Balls. Here with my man.
Hey, B Stokes checking in, also known as Brother Knowledge, and other folks know me as Bishop. Just depending on where you know me at.
All day. Who else we got up in here?
Your boy J. Herb, man.
J. Herb.
VA is in the building.
2 up, 2 down. What's
you
good?
already know.
What's going on, fellas?
Hey, man.
How
just
y'all
glad
living?
to be
How y'all
here,
living, man?
Glad to be here, my brother. Glad to be here.
Great day.
It is.
I'm excited, man. We got some merch on today.
Absolutely.
You know,
Hey,
for the
man, you
people in
see it.
Radio Land, we got some black tees with our hometowns on it. So,
Hey.
so I'm feeling good, man. You gonna let the people know where they can get these exclusive merch?
Man, of course. So, as you see, we are wearing the drip today, sponsored by Guap Life
Yes, sir.
Apparel. You can catch them at www.guaplyfe.com, or you can catch them on their IG at GUAP_LYFE.LLC. And that's how you can find them on IG and also online. Shout out to Eron and Don, man. We appreciate you for these goodie bags, man.
Thank you.
So as you see, we're going to rock them.
Yes, sir.
Good quality on the shirts,
Yeah.
too.
And support black business, man. It's very important.
Oh yeah. Nah, it's the good material, man. Got
yeah.
that stretchy joint, but it also, make you feel good on your skin. So yeah, shout out.
You
That's your peoples though, right?
You
Yeah,
had
that's
to
my
iron
personal
that
partner,
joint,
man.
Oh, I know. Yeah, yeah.
Personal
That was the
partner.
thing. I ain't bring my steamer today. So.
Yeah, we're not going to talk about the steamer.
Oh, man.
Herb doesn't know how to use a steamer, people. But that's a whole nother story.
Yeah, it's another story, but he set me up, though.
Hey, he got you straight. I'm glad he could.
But yeah, shout out to my man's with the drip.
He run it done,
Yes,
baby.
sir. Guap Life. Let's get it. You see, I got the DMV representing. My man Stokes got that
man,
Decatur
Eastside.
where it's greater.
Yeah.
And then, of course, my man 2 up, 2 down.
You already know, Will.
Got that Norfolk.
You already know.
Shout out to that Tidewater area.
Body Drake.
Yeah, man. Today it's great, man. Every day we get the opportunity to record and talk to the people. It's great. This weekend is going to be Easter weekend. Of course, it'll be Thursday when it comes out. But as far as it's going to be different,
Yeah.
I ain't going to be able to go to church like that, but
It's a different time, man. Like I said, you try to find ways to keep the traditions.
yep.
Try to find ways to try to spend that quality time.
Yeah.
But now it's all through the internet,
Right.
all through your video calls, through the phone. So it's like, man, you try to figure a balance out, man.
Yeah.
Just all around.
You
It's
gonna
be tough.
be able to do something like dinner wise or something? I know with that you can't really
Man.
do too much, but
I'm throwing some on the grill, man. Little ribs, man. Little chicken.
my man Stokes be trying. he be trying to chef it up out there.
Yeah, man.
Pitmaster.
Yeah.
Pitmaster Stokes.
Yeah,
I
man,
saw
I
the
do that.
video.
He'll never show his outfit because we probably having them Uncle Sanders on,
Sandals on
with the
with
white
man.
towel on.
Look.
The faithful Lacoste slides rock.
No
with me, baby.
lotion on the feet, cuz.
Hey, it wouldn't be right. It wouldn't be right if I did.
Yeah, man. But it's gonna be different. But I'm just excited now to, even though throughout everything that's going on, we do want to take this time really to shout out to those people on the front line.
Absolutely.
Those nurses,
Major salute.
doctors, people EMS, firefighters, police, all those people that's on the front line that's really out there sacrificing, what they have, their lives, their family to make sure other people are good is
Absolutely.
definitely a great thing. We definitely want to
Thank
shout
you,
them out.
thank
And
you,
I
thank
want to
you.
personally shout out one of our faithful, loyal listeners, Marshall Young, because again, not only is she on the front lines, but she is, if you check out her page, she's always posting. She's keeping people abreast of what's going on
Thank
and
you,
being
thank
in
you,
the
thank
field.
you.
So, it's good to see somebody posting something that's trying to really look out without a bunch
Absolutely.
of crazy stuff. So it's definitely good.
Also, too, man, look, listen, shout out to the people at your Walmart, your
Yes.
grocery stores.
Man.
Listen,
Even
man.
gas stations too,
Man.
man.
Listen,
You can't forget the trash, man.
Yeah,
You can't forget the
yeah.
people that do all of that.
Absolutely.
Because somebody got to do it, right?
Somebody got to do it, and they're literally, dealing with people every single day. People that won't stay home.
Yep.
Yeah.
That's looking for a reason to be out.
Right.
I only go to the store if I need something, but I see people like now the stores are now the hangout spots. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Where it's-
Now, on your side, has the grocery stores got better as far as like stocking up stuff? Or?
It depends on where you go.
Okay.
So in some situations, yes, but you still got people. I'm glad they did enforce that limit rule
Okay.
now.
So, yeah.
because And also too, another thing that that I was really happy about was them doing the power hour or 2 hours for the elderly.
seniors.
For the
Oh,
seniors
that's
in the
dope.
morning, you
Oh,
know what I
that's
mean?
dope.
So,
Yeah.
yeah. We're gonna talk about that a little later. But
Yeah, yeah.
absolutely, yeah.
Yeah, that's dope. So, man, shout out to all those people, like I said, that are essential, as they're calling them.
Thank you.
And this time, you really are essential for it. And hopefully, on the back end, they will get some type of bonus pay or something, when it comes down to
I
it.
almost forgot. Hey, listen, your barbers, your hairstylists, all them people y'all thought were not essential people in the community. Trust me, they have definitely listen. My beard game is definitely taking a hit right
And you see, I didn't cut mine down.
You know what I'm saying?
You roasted me a couple times, and I was like, you know what? Maybe if I cut it, it'll grow back a little bit.
But it is. Listen, it is growing back.
And
You
they
know
looking
what I'm
woofy right here.
So some people are benefiting from not going to the barbershop. Others are hurting right now. So it's all
We
good.
appreciate all y'all.
No, we definitely miss y'all.
Absolutely,
so,
thank you.
But yeah, man, it's good. Like I said, it's a different time, but you got to find the silver line in everything, and keep it positive. But y'all know that we can't start any show without first educating the people, and for that we got to look to my man, brother Knowledge, to give us that knowledge report.
Sir.
Knowledge bomb. What's the science,
What
baby?
you got, man? What you got?
Man, so as we just said about the times right now, we are everything we're doing is through our cellular technology.
Right.
Everything we're doing is video FaceTiming, doing everything over the phone, sending pictures, sending messages, sending it all. So we have to thank a black man for creating that technology, for bringing that to the U.S.
Oh,
Okay.
do tell us more,
Yes,
my
sir.
brother.
Yes, sir. So, man, Jesse Eugene Russell, born April 26, 1948, is known as the father of digital cellular technology.
Oh, that's dope.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. So, Mr. Russell, he was the first person hired from an HBCU by technology leader A&T Bell Laboratories, known now as Bell Labs.
Okay.
So, he was a graduate of Tennessee State and Stanford University.
Wow.
So when you look at that, man, he studied electrical engineering, and that allowed him to then become the chief digital architect at Bell Labs and introduce digital cellular technology to the United States in 1988. So it was in Japan before, but he was the first one to bring it domestically to us, man. So when we look at it, he created 4G network. So if you look at your cell phones, you see 4G. You got to thank
You're welcome.
Mr. Russell. So one of the things we look at it, man, it's in these times and in today, it's so important, man, that you stay connected.
And we depend on it.
When
now.
it's talk about your first responders,
Right.
You talk about your family members, you talk about everything. And so where we stand now, we have to give thanks back to Mr. Russell.
Yes, sir.
He had 75 patents in cellular technologies.
Hold on. You said 7? What?
75.
Good. 75 patents.
A lot of patents, cuz.
So he had software, digital software for the radios. He's had dual mode, digital cell phones. He had a lot.
Right.
But we have to just thank him, man, because this time would not be possible for us to stay connected to our family members and the first responders connected if it was not for Mr. James Russell.
Oh, yeah. So shout out to him for that.
Shout out, Mr. Russell, man.
Excuse me, Jesse Russell. I apologize.
Jesse Russell. Yeah. That shout out to that because even not in the time of crisis, on a regular basis, people always on their phones.
Man.
They are.
And even more now, we're using it much more. You reach out to people that you haven't talked to in a while for it.
But here's the thing with that, right? Is that a good thing?
It's good that you are communicating back with them.
No,
Yeah.
I feel you, but see, like, my views on that, like,
You should be doing it all the way.
right. If we weren't talking before, you know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Don't holler at me. I'm gonna be honest with you. Like, yeah, listen. There's one thing that I've learned from this crisis, this pandemic that we're dealing with, right? You find out, really who, has
Really rock with
your
you. Yeah, your
well
best
being.
interest.
You know what I'm saying? So when it's all said and done, I'm putting the disclaimers out right now. If you haven't called and checked on me, my family, or if I haven't called and checked on you and yours,
Yeah.
after this is all done, hey, nah, I doubt.
Yeah.
I'm just not gonna do it, man. My point is, it shouldn't take stuff like this for us to reach out to people. You know what I'm saying? Because life is short,
Very much so.
very
very much
precious.
so.
And like so, what I did.
But
with them-
sometimes people take a little to get to it.
Yeah, I know.
But I feel like that they should, even if somebody is not reaching out to you on a regular basis for it shouldn't take something like that.
Yes.
But once you
Right.
get to the point where now you're in that, it should be normal. You shouldn't have to reach out to people. And let's be real, most people just kind of reach out to people out of convenience. You know, when I
can
need
I get out
something,
you?
yo, I need this, and that. No, most people don't really, yo, Herb, how you doing, man? You straight? Everything good? I don't want nothing, like, you straight.
Checking in on
Yeah.
you. Post check.
It shouldn't take that, but we should use this as a lesson. Like, we don't need to wait for. It's like in your family. You know, sometimes you have those family members you don't see unless somebody died. You know, and it shouldn't be like that.
It
so,
should not be.
so we gotta understand, as my man Herb said, life is very short and precious, and we have to make the most of it.
Appreciate people and talk to people, even if it's
Love
just
your
via
people.
text.
Yeah.
Let people know now. They don't wait till a crisis where people are scared, like, the world coming to an end, and all that, to start reaching out. You know what I mean? 'Cause
Gotta max
by
out that 24.
By that time, it's too late.
Too late.
You know what I'm saying? So use your time wisely, people.
I feel like you real in your zone, so we gonna go ahead and we always keep our ear to the streets. We gotta look to my man
Herb.
J. Herb for that word on the street.
3, 2.
Let me see what's buzzing today.
What we got, man?
So I definitely want to shout out Mr. Tyler Perry. You know what I'm
TP.
saying?
TP
Tyler
in the
Perry,
building.
So what he has done, he has paid for over 70 different supermarkets between Atlanta
saw
and New
that.
Orleans, specifically for the senior citizens
Yeah.
during their power hour for
That's
shopping.
amazing.
right?
That's major.
major.
On the receipts, it says it's paid by the name of Atlanta Angel. So some people don't even know that
Who they
he's
talking
the
about.
one
Right.
that was doing it. So they're going to doing their regular shopping. Once they get to the cash register, they ring it out and it's
Good.
already paid for. So now you see pictures of like the senior citizens like posting pictures like, oh my God, thank you. They don't even know who it's coming from.
That's amazing.
And during this time, my heart is at, man. So,
Yep.
so to see something like this, it really touches me in a special way because a lot of people don't really take care of the senior citizens.
They get thrown to the wolves,
the
man.
elderly community, man. So right now, if you think about your grandparents or somebody in that age group, like I'm saying, that can't really get around for themselves. If you're not busy, take that extra time just to y'all need anything?
Check in.
I'm checking with people, man, because trust me, they this is times where we like you said, need to stay connected.
No,
but
it
also
definitely dope.
help people that can't necessarily do a lot for themselves right now.
True.
So, man. Then a double dose with that same situation. I think it's like a week ago. He orders takeout from, I think there's a restaurant here called Houston's, I believe.
Yeah.
So I think Houston's just laid off all their workers, and I'm not sure.
Big tip.
Yeah, he ordered some takeout and then left
I saw that.
a tip for each employee that was lost their job, was like $500. So
Right.
I think, like I said, he's doing a lot of stuff in the community that's not really being talked about. So I just wanted to bring some light to, Tyler Perry's doing big things for the city of Atlanta, especially
Philanthropist.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? He's doing a
Tyler
lot,
Perry.
and it's just to
Shout out.
know his story, where he came from, and it's a good thing, man. So shout out, Mr. Tyler
Hey, man,
Perry.
keep up the great work, sir.
Shout
We
out
thank you.
TP.
Hey, we know you got some studio space over there too. So if you're listening, holler at your boys.
Back to the basics.
Holla
Hey,
at your boys.
we can take it up a notch.
Right,
TP, holler at
your
us.
boys.
Nah, man, that's definitely dope. Because like you said, man, a lot of the seniors have been kind of overlooked.
Most definitely.
And sometimes we forget the ones that paved the way
Paved
for
the way,
us.
correct.
And it had not been for their sacrifices and what they've done, we wouldn't be able to be here now.
Big time.
And so we can't just forget about those who've paved the way for us, man.
Did it before.
It's really dope for it. And I know you have a soft spot and a special, special place in your heart for them.
Yeah,
so
absolutely.
we appreciate you sharing that and really just letting people know, like, man, hit up your peoples. I know my wife and I have reached out to our neighbors, next door neighbors that are older, and went to the store for them a couple times. So they were just thankful, like, so grateful that, you can just see what I need. Like, hey, we're about to go to the store. You need anything? And sometimes that's all it takes.
Yeah.
Because think about if they've been sitting in the house for a while.
They want some fresh.
Nobody hitting them up. Nobody checking on them. And you just say, hey, I'm just seeing how everything's doing. You need me to go get you something?
Yeah.
Think about how that's going to make them feel. That alters their whole day,
Trust
their
me,
whole week.
it goes a long way, man. Even
Yeah.
just conversation, man. Like, I haven't always been in the field of work I've been in, but since I've been there, like I've like I said, my perspective on life is completely different, man. And just looking at just things that we take for granted, you know what I'm saying, as far as being able to sit here and have conversation, right? They wish, some people wish
Come
they
sit
had
down with
someone
'em.
come sit down with me, talk to me. You know what I mean? So
Yeah. You got to sit down and listen, because I know that's always my thing. I love to just sit and hear stories.
Yeah.
You know, because if you sit and talk, they'll tell you some things.
Man, and that's your place, man, where you're going to pick up some of your greatest jewels.
Yeah.
Sitting down talking to those people, like you said, who have done it before us, whether it's grandparents, whether it's friends of the family, whether it's whoever, the senior that you just met in the store. You're sitting and talking to them, having that good conversation. You got nothing but time. So sit down, enjoy that, take some from it. No bones, baby.
All day. Eat the fish without the bones.
Without the bones, okay?
Yeah, man. Today is a great day because we're alive, we're here, we're well. And today we're going to talk about some heroes.
Okay.
You know, we're going to talk about some heroes.
Like real heroes?
We're going to talk about all of them.
Okay.
All of them.
Let's go.
Shout out to all the heroes out there.
Hey,
We mentioned some of the heroes earlier on the front lines now. But let's first start by defining the word hero. Webster defines it as a person who's admired or idolized for courage, outstanding achievements, or noble qualities. So I'm going to tell you a story. Have you ever wanted to watch Netflix, or maybe Hulu,
Okay.
or even Stars because you're a big fan of Power?
Which is not on
But you notice that you
Shout out to
don't
50.
have a subscription, or even cable for that matter. But
Right.
one of your friends or family members does.
Most definitely.
They, in
You
fact, are a
our
hero.
Absolutely.
Have you ever been to a club and you've seen a young lady that you were attracted to?
Okay.
And you wanted to talk to her,
Right.
but she had friends that didn't want you to talk to her. And you had one of your boys, and they came up,
Wingman.
and they playing a wingman.
Yes.
You,
my
my
friend,
friend,
our
our
hero.
hero. Have you ever went to Chick-fil-A? And we all know that Chick-fil-A doesn't get orders wrong, but you mistakenly ordered the wrong thing. And you told Chick-fil-A, and they said, it's okay. Keep the
it.
order you have.
We're gonna make
we'll
you a
make
new
you
one.
another one.
Double down, baby.
You, Chick-fil-A.
You, my friend.
Our hero.
hero.
And lastly, have you ever been in class or at work and your breath was kind of dry or maybe even tart? And you asked someone, does anyone have any gum? And someone yelled out, me! You, my friend, our hero.
My friend.
And today we are going to talk about these heroes.
Yes.
So let's just go ahead and get right into it, man. So how do you, B. Stokes, how do you define a hero? Like, what is your definition of a hero?
Man, let's start from the top. All heroes don't wear capes.
Facts?
And so many of my heroes are people that have showed themselves to be heroes in my life. Have just been there when I needed them. You know, it's a simple call, simple word,
Right.
simple gesture that has changed my whole trajectory and outlook in certain situations and moments.
Right.
So for me, a hero is someone that acts, speaks, shows love in times of need, shows empathy in times, when you need someone to be able to feel you, but also provides that covering to say, okay, we're going to keep you, we're going to make sure that you're straight.
Right.
At all costs, we're going to make sure you're straight. That to me is a hero. Somebody going to make sure you straight regardless.
And you said something that I think is very significant right now. Why do you feel that you said love? What's so significant about love when it comes in general?
Man, it's coming from love to me and genuineness go hand in hand. You know that you're doing something out of your heart, that you don't ask for nothing in return. You're not
This is who
asking
you
for
are.
that accolade. You're not asking for any of that. You just are doing what you are called to do. Stepping up when it's time to step up. Be where you need to be. So that's why love and friendship to me go hand in hand.
Definitely. Yeah, and for me, I look at a hero as, someone that helps or save you from a situation. Whether it be you were in a bad wreck and someone, innocent bystander came and they help you. Or it could have been you were about to make a decision that was going to alter your life. And this one decision is
Pull
like,
your back, baby.
hey, man, you
that
probably
ain't-
don't want to do
that
that.
ain't a good look.
That's not the move for you. Or even on a simpler term, someone that has changed your perspective on life or even sacrifices themselves or takes a step back and say, I'm going to think about the greater good. I'm not thinking about myself, but the
Others
greater
first.
good for it.
Selfless, baby.
You just took basically my definition is someone that sacrifices for the greater good without a conscience. They just do it.
Just do it.
No matter what. It not necessarily like a heroic act, but just anything. Like you see someone out on the street that may be homeless or hungry. Now to the thought, hey, I got some food. Come in without them having
Take
to come.
my list.
You know what I'm saying? Just stuff like that. Or if you notice somebody is not having a good day, just hey, you good, or just making conversation.
Check in, baby.
You know what I'm saying? Just those little things without you even thinking about doing it.
Trying to do it.
You're changing people's lives every single day, no matter how. So that's my, that's what I think when it comes to being a hero. So
That was good, man. So we're going to start off with our, you mentioned about heroes, and a lot of people think about heroes, people who wear capes.
Right.
So we're going to talk about them first. Let's talk about some of our celebrity or fictional, characters, or even celebrities, like you said, that you viewed as heroes. You being a big comic guy, I would hope that you would have
one or two.
Some Marvel people or something. What about you, Jay?
yeah, so I'm a huge Iron Man guy. Like that's my guy.
Tony Stark. Okay.
Iron Man and Black Panther, but people don't really realize that Iron Man's character was black originally.
Wow.
I've never heard.
I'm not a Marvel guy, so
Yeah,
I'm not a
but,
comic book guy. But.
Yeah. But like if you look at the older comics, you know what I'm saying, the original Iron Man was actually played by a black character. You know what I mean? So, but don't get me wrong, the Iron Man, Tony Stark, the
Robert Downey Jr.
Yeah, yeah, that's my guy.
He's a jerk,
Yeah.
but
he's funny.
But was he like that in the comics?
A little bit, but not as bad as Tony. Yeah.
So they Hollywooded up.
Yeah, they Hollywooded up. But yeah.
Spicy, baby, spicy.
Yeah, Iron Man and Black Panther, man. Those are those are my two.
Okay.
Black Panther is a good one, man. I never forget taking King to see Black Panther when it came out.
I remember the outfit you had because you showed
Oh man, you dressed up?
Oh yeah. We got shikied up. Me and my wife. When my wife had to rap.
There it is.
But so King is very unique when he watches movies. As a parent or anyone that takes a movie, you can be very frustrated because King will watch something, does not move, does not say anything, just still takes it all in. And you would think like, dang, this dude hate the movie, he don't like it. But the next day, that dude talked about it for about 3 weeks straight, and he told me every single part. When they came back and did this and this part in here, and I was just in amazement because I was sitting in there like, dude, I didn't go to the regular movies. I went to the one that you can sit down. You get the, they bring you your food and all that. We in the recliners.
Upscale movie. Okay.
That was my first time, so I didn't know. I'm at the front,
But
trying
then
to
you
get
should
popcorn.
though for that experience, bro.
They like, nah, dog. Like you can't order popcorn here. You gotta go to your chair and order it from there. And I'm like, oh, okay, this is fancy.
Different.
I get to relax. They brought me a little blanket and everything. I'm like, oh, this is for real. But for me, seeing a character like Black Panther, not only for the fact that, seeing a black superhero, but just the movie itself just had so much just black excellence everywhere. The colors, just Wakanda as a whole, and to even know that Atlanta is the real Wakanda was amazing for it,
Exactly.
So that's dope, man. What about you, B. Stokes?
Man, for me, I'm not really big into the comic books and the cartoons
about
and all, but I'm gonna
celebrities?
tell you though.
Okay.
I did pick up as of late, so I'm not sure if you all have been checking out Black Lightning.
Okay, that's the one that's on Netflix, right?
Netflix, right?
It's on Netflix, but it was on CW.
Okay, yeah. I've never seen it, but they said it's good though.
So the for me, I connected with the person that played not the hero, the person, right?
Okay.
So he's a father of girls. He's got his babies by himself. He's taking care of his babies at first by himself. Yeah.
Okay.
He's a principal. He's in education. So his biggest message, he's one of them Dr. Clark kind of guys. On the TV show now. I'm not sure about the comic back in the day, but I'm watching the TV show.
Right.
Now he's one of them Dr. Clark kind of guys. He's a principal. Well, excuse me, not a teacher, but a principal. So he's telling, hey, I want my people to succeed. Education first. We're gonna focus on these things. Now, him as a father, he's got his babies. I'm a single dad. I got because of my baby, doing the things that I'm doing. So I connect with all of that, right?
That's dope.
But then to see how he tapped into his superheroism and also looked out for the community. protecting his family, protecting his babies and all.
Black Lightning was shot here, wasn't it?
It was. Everything is in Atlanta. That's something else that I connected with.
Yeah.
The real
So it's
Wakanda.
like everything is you can see monuments and places in Atlanta that you like, oh, that's right down the street. That's downtown. But you look at that, man, and you're like, man, this is a black, superhero who connects with so many different things that our culture needs.
Yeah. Right.
He's hip. He got a lot of different things going on. He connected to the music, connected to the people.
And for the people,
But
that's
now
dope.
that's the biggest thing. So I connected to that, man, and I was on Luke Cage for a little while, man.
Yeah.
Like I saw Luke Cage when I saw another black man superhero. I was like, dude, this dude is in Harlem. It's a cooler thing.
Right.
But then I guess one of his first enemies, last name was Stokes. So I had to connect with that too.
Right.
So it was a lot to it, man. But shout out to Luke Cage, man, and bigger shout out to Black Lightning.
Ain't nobody gonna name Blank Man?
Did you say Black Man though?
Yeah, man. Ain't nobody gonna name Blank Man.
Oh my goodness.
J5
With the pipe cleaners.
so I'm gonna give you mine. So I got 3, and
Okay.
these are real life, real. I'm gonna give you a little bit of some fictional ones and also some movie stars.
Blank Man.
Okay.
Meteor Man.
Close enough.
Meteor
That's
Man.
very close.
It was in DC, and
Okay.
it was Robert Townsend, and
Yeah.
it was like, as a kid, you don't see a lot of black. I mean, if you ask most kids or adults our age, like, who was your superhero? You can't really think of none because we didn't really have nothing like that. So seeing the movie Meteor Man with Golden Lords and all them, I was like, I love this movie. Like, I was on that movie. I love the movie. Right, that's my first one.
Okay.
This is very special to me. Wesley Snipes.
I thought
Wesley-
you said Martin.
I'm gonna get to that.
Okay.
Wesley Snipes was a black superhero to me because every action movie, my man was in it.
Yeah.
I remember every
Pacific
Pacific 57,
57.
Blade.
U.S. Marshals. Like,
U.S. Marshals, yeah.
The dude was legit that action
Yeah, he
figure.
was that
Like,
guy.
when you thought of an action movie, you thought of Wesley Snipes.
Yeah.
He was that dude. So I remember seeing him fight scenes, martial arts, doing this and doing stunts himself. Like, this dude to me was that guy. So seeing him
Walking
as a
superhero.
youngster was my dude. Like, I'm like, this dude, Wesley, like,
New Jack City Wesley was my guy.
right. But
Yeah,
again,
he was a superhero to some people did.
to go from being martial arts to go to that guy and then still kill it. Like, the dude is legit a bona fide actor and killed.
Major
like,
League. He played a Major League. He was
Yeah,
the funny
that's-
black dude. One of the first black dudes in Major League.
Yes.
Omar Epps replaced him on
Yeah.
the second one.
Exactly.
That's right.
So Wesley was really that dude. And being as though, we're talking about comic books and everything, I did a little research.
Okay.
So a lot of people, all the young people may not know this guy, but there was a movie that Wesley did, and it was a Marvel joint called Blade.
Yeah, that's what I know him.
Blade was that jump.
Yeah.
And Blade was, through my research, found that Blade was the one that let them know this is how you do comic books. You can take your comic books and do it in a movie based off Blade. So all the people that like Avengers and Tony Stark's with the Iron Man, the Hawks, all those other ones. Hey, I know that's your guy.
Sheesh.
You got to think Wesley. Shout
First
out
and
to
foremost.
Wesley Snipes out there doing this thing. That's my
Darkness,
dude.
everybody.
So my
Darkness.
man really set the tone for the whole universe of Marvel for it. He's the one that really banked
He was.
on
That was the first Marvel
Yeah,
superhero.
he turned up.
Right.
Yeah.
So, and I think Mahershala Ali is about to do the reboot.
Really?
Yeah,
Which
he's going to do the
wasn't-
reboot.
I think there was like a little conflict with that. But
Well, I mean, Wesley, I think, has made some comments about it, and they was thinking like he trying to make shade, and I'm like, nah, he built that.
That's his
joint,
brand.
So you got to put him a partner.
Yeah,
Like,
some-
I know him as Blade.
yeah, the Daywalker.
That's it.
So that's my number 2, and you mentioned my number 3, which is Mark.
I thought it'd be your number one though. I know that's your guy.
No, I mean, because I wanted to give the fictional one too. Martin, to me, again, somebody from DC, but when I seen Martin as a actor and someone who loved to make people laugh, I thought I was gonna be a comedian, but I wasn't really that funny, so I just gave that up like in 5 minutes.
Nah, I
but
got you.
seeing Martin to play different characters
Yeah.
on the show Martin, let me see, like, this dude is acting, but each character you believe. You
Yeah.
believe that these were,
Real
you believe he was Shane Day. You believe he was Dragonfire.
Yeah.
You believe he was Jerome. And just seeing that as a kid, I remember my grandmother, when she was alive, calling me on commercial breaks. Martin would go off, she would call me a commercial, but you see this, and be crying, laughing.
Yeah.
I remember trying to get to the house because I knew at 8 o'clock came.
Yeah.
When you had dun 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 dun,
You locked in.
what you was waiting for it. So being someone that loves to entertain people, make people laugh, that was my go-to guy. Like I wanted to do everything Martin did.
Cool.
And there's not a lot of people I say I wanted to be like, but Martin was the guy I wanted to be like. I said, when I start acting, I want to be like this guy. I want to have a show and do multiple characters, which is probably the reason why when I do a play, most of my plays are usually one-person shows. Because I want to show the versatility of me as an actor. I want to show the range.
And multifaceted, baby.
Martin was that guy to me. And, you know, how you view Kobe is how I look at Martin. Like, I don't take no shade. Like, I remember the first play I auditioned for in college. And I got to a full-fledged argument with the dude because he tried to tell me that Bad Boys wasn't a good movie. And he was like, Martin wasn't funny and none of the Bad Boys. I'm like, nah, we about to scrap. Like, we about to, you know. So we was full-fledged about to scrap just before audition. So I had to go Jay Irvin. I'm like, dog, you can catch these, you know, hands in person. But no, those were three prominent figures for me. Definitely, like I said, even time I think of action movie, because I never was an action movie person. Yeah. But anytime I thought about action movie, I'm like Wesley Snipes. Like this is like y'all don't even understand all these karate movies and all these other jumps. Like this dude was that.
I mean, you know, he did, you know, the Undisputed with Ving Rhames. That was one
of my joint. Yeah. That's my joint, man. So yeah, it's so many things that people don't realize and we don't take into account for, and it just goes back to before. Sometimes we forget the people that kind of paved the way. We want to brush past it and say, man, you know, I'm doing this. This is what I'm doing. But you got to give the nod to the people that gave you the way. Yep. If it wasn't for him showing them this is how you do a movie, and that movie was huge. Mm-hmm.
The first Blade, right?
Yeah. I think the first and the third was like the two biggest ones, but that first one was like
the first
crazy.
When they hit the streets,
the opening one, I don't think he even talked for like he walked in on the first scene, didn't say anything, had the fight scene, and then let like 2 words after that, and everybody was like, "This dude came on there, killed like 5 vampires." In there.
Go check out Blade tonight.
The third one for me, is probably my favorite one.
Yeah.
And that's the one that had the most turmoil on the set. Like,
yes,
it had a lot of funny
it was real.
A lot of funny backstories. So when you've seen the third one, right? So you know, okay, you need to check it out.
That's what I said. I'm gonna check out my Blades tonight. Rerun through them.
Yeah.
But the conflict they were having, like you would see scenes where, like, because it was like 3 younger people that's helping him kill these vampires.
Got you.
So he's going back and forth with this particular character.
Yeah.
What people don't realize is like
it was real.
It was real. Like he really did not like his counterparts, right? So
my goodness,
it's authentic. That just goes to show you, like, man, it's
real.
But that's
it was method acting.
Because you know, it's funny that you say that. They talk about that. It's like if you think about the third Blade, that latest Shaft that just came out,
funny
was around that same type of concept though. Younger counterpart trying to help her do what he need to do and giving it back. So I'm like, man, you know, but you got to give the props to Blade because that was, like you said, set the tone for so many things after.
Right. Because they wasn't doing nothing.
And Shaft was shot here too. The second one was shot here. So
Wakanda for real.
For real.
Bad Boys 3 was shot here.
You already know.
Crazy,
man. A lot of movies here. And then along with that, man, so we've given our celebrity ones, our fictitious ones. We're gonna start with Jay Irvin. Who are you, just your everyday heroes? You know, someone that's real that you can talk to, you can see, like.
Man, it's I got so many, man. Like I don't want to say like my father, like, you know.
I mean, those are given.
Those are given.
Yeah.
But I talk about all the time, like my mentor, Mr. Scott. You know what I'm saying? We met, you know, through another profession or whatever, and didn't have the same relationship then that we do now. Now he's helped me like grow spiritually, you know, financial, education wise. Like I've learned so much in such a short span of time. Like, you know, it's one of my, I would say, you know, everyday heroes. But like I said, I got so many, just even from the people that I work with, like, you know, like the young ladies and young men on the front lines, you know, your case managers and your nurses. Is like, I mean, I'm around so many everyday heroes, man. But that's probably one of the ones that sticks out, other than the Givens. Like,
right.
Of course. What about you, Stoke?
Man, I'm gonna shout mine out. You know what I mean? I got to give them, man. Got to give them their roses while they're here, man.
Get ready, y'all. Y'all about to get up.
Y'all about to get it. You know, but nah, man, my pops first and foremost. You know, my parents, period.
Yeah.
Just to be able to like I talked about the hero thing. They give love no matter, good, bad, and different. That love gonna be there.
Yeah.
Grandparents, everybody. But the one that sticks out to me, man, is my uncle. Shout out my Uncle Rod, man. This dude is the most humblest cat that you know, but is one of the top tier executives at one of the top 5 companies.
Okay.
Now, when you look at it, it's amazing to see his humbleness. He could be in Europe on a Wednesday, be back for church on Sunday. But, sitting up in a board meeting talking about international business on that, that Friday, be back for church on Sunday like nothing happened. Very giving, very just open, right? An open book. Willing to show you by example, but also give you the plays. Not really hold anything back. Hey, I got this because I did this.
Wow.
So,
teaching you the game.
Teaching you the game, man. Give
You
you the
don't
keys.
see that a lot, man.
A lot of people don't give you the bag.
They want to hold
They try
on
to
to it.
hold on to it. But he giving you the bag, and doing that first and foremost, man. And that's been since I was a jit to now. So
Definitely from down south.
Yeah. So I'm definitely, man, like grateful, man, to his keys and to the plays that he's giving me and showing me.
That's dope, man.
Yeah.
That's definitely dope. For me, I'm going to hit on like 2 prominent people that were very significant. Of course, I want to shout out my mother. My mother's definitely, that's a given. My mother, my grandmother, may she rest in peace, and also my godfather, may he rest in peace as well. Those are my givens. But me being who I am, everyone knows me. Acting is my passion, my first love, my purpose of even existing in this world. When I was in middle school, that's when I discovered that I wanted to act like forever. Like that was what I wanted to do. I saw myself in a play on a VHS, and I was like, I might be okay. I might try to see how this works.
Showing your age.
Yeah, man, VHS, and it didn't have
Back
that
in the
auto
day.
skip, neither. the little tracking, brother.
No.
So I knew from middle school that that's what I wanted to do. High school, I started off in high school in Alexandria. Shout out to West Potomac. And then I moved to North Carolina for my last 2 years of school.
Okay.
In high school. And I moved from Alexandria to Chapel Hill, North Carolina. And I went to East Chapel Hill High School. And I went from a predominantly black and or Hispanic school to a predominantly white school.
Wow.
So my first semesters, quarters, whatever they call, was horrible. I mean, it was culture shock to me to see that many people that didn't look like me,
Right.
to be in classes where I was the only African American or black person. It was like I didn't know what to do, how to feel. Like it was culture shock for me. The one thing that saved me and gave me a positive spin or outlook on life was I found acting. I realized that no, there were only myself. There was shout out to my boy Savada Gilmore, aka Gmo. We the only 2 black people that were really acting, doing acting classes, enjoying and doing it. I found my passion even more for that because not a lot of people were doing it. Everyone played sports. Everyone was, that was the given.
Right.
So acting was my passion. It was an opportunity for me. So I went from doing a couple things in high school to doing everything, being the star and everything. So when I got to college, I was a little, had a little chip on my shoulder. So I get to shout out to my HBCU, the North Carolina Central University, and Durham. Shout out Bull City for the people in Radio Land. I'm throwing up that Bull City for y'all. So I got to Central, and I auditioned for a play, and the play was The Soldier Story.
My favorite movie, baby.
It's like 9 minutes in there. I'm guaranteed to get in this one. But guess what? Jay Weeks did not get in this play. And so I was like, okay, I was confused, and I had been talking about it for a while. A couple of weeks it went by, and shout out to Martha McAllister. Miss Mac had hit me up. She said, let me come to my office when you get a second. I said, okay, cool. Now, Miss Mac was the chain that held everything together in the theater department. If you were messing up, she was going to holler at you.
Gotcha.
If you weren't doing right, she was going to get you. Them grades weren't right. If you was doing, she was going to keep you straight. Miss Mac held the theater department together. And so she pulled me into the office and she said, well, there's some things I'm hearing, people are, have been talking. I'm like, well, what's going on? It's like you are kind of cocky. They think you're arrogant. I'm like, who said this about me, Miss Mac? She said, well, a lot of people. I'm like, well, who? I need to know who.
Give me names.
She said, Miss Brock, your professor. So again, shout out to Miss Karen Dakins Brock. Miss Brock, Professor Brock told me that I was arrogant.
Wow.
And it infuriated me. I mean, I was livid. I felt like you gonna call me arrogant? All the things I did. So I was mad for like 3 weeks. It took me a while to calm down from that. So what I did from that day on, I said, I will not talk about me being great at acting. I won't speak about me being this and this. I will let my work show for itself. Smooth. I made a vow to myself that day. Every theater work that is put up on here, I will either be in the show, I will be a part of it. So the first 3 shows, Fame came out. I can't sing worth nothing. So it was no hope for me. Right. It was a musical. No hope for me.
So were you in Fame?
No.
Okay.
So I auditioned.
Okay.
Because we had to as performers artists. Guess what I did? I just sang a church song because I'm like, even though I'm horrible, you're not gonna boo me on the church song.
Church.
Okay. I'm gonna sing Eyes on the Sparrow, and it's gonna be horrible.
Give us a little piece right now.
And, no. I would give the warning and say, listen, before I get started, I want to say I'm gonna give y'all a listening discretion.
Yeah.
Singing ain't my thing, and it's probably gonna be the worst one y'all had. And they be like, nah, go ahead. And then they be like, want to stop me, but they like, oh, he's singing a gospel song, so let me just go ahead.
Yeah, let's let him rock.
But I did. So I didn't do Fame, but I did the lighting for Fame. I did the sound.
Gotcha.
I did
behind
the tech.
scenes.
So I did all the behind scenes for like 4 or 5 shows, and then the opportunity came for me to do my first show, and I got in it. And I did the show, and I did that show, and I did the next show. So from my freshman year up until I graduated, every show that was done at North Carolina Central University, I was in that show or I was a part of it. Man. There's not one show that I didn't miss. And that was the birth of Jay the Actor. Mm-hmm. And the reason I was able to do that is for 2 people in particular. When I was at East Chapel Hill in Chapel Hill, North Carolina, I had a teacher, Miss G. Miss G saw that I was this guy that had talent, but I wasn't really focused on acting because I was just like, in a sense, like, I don't know where I'm at. I'm seeing all these people don't look like me. Like,
right.
She pulled me to the side and said, listen, I want you to be my protege. And she literally allowed me to kind of teach her class, help her. I was like an assistant. And I got so engulfed in classes, man. I did acting 1, acting 2. There was no more acting 3 or 4. So she let me create the acting 3 and acting 4.
Right.
To the point when I got to my senior year, she had to be out for a couple months, and I actually got to be the teacher.
Gotcha.
So it was really dope that I got that experience. So thank you to Miss Teresa G for allowing me to do that, because she gave me that power. That gave me the confidence. And that also allowed me to be humble when I got to North Carolina.
The healthy balance, baby.
But look, I'm trying to follow along with the story, right? It's a great story, right? Now, back me up on this one, right? I thought you were going to say, like, acting was the hero, like, using it as a metaphor. But then, because you mentioned...
It was real.
Right, you mentioned Miss Brockers.
Miss Brock. Miss Brock was the one, she was the one, because she said I was arrogant.
Okay.
Yeah, she charged him up.
That would charge me up. And that was the birth of Jay the Actor. Okay. And the reason why I got the name Jay the Actor wasn't because I named myself. I was literally doing shows, and I remember I was coming to play rehearsal, and I got there. I was coming from the back, and there was people in there, and they was like, where's Jay? And they were like, well, what's Jay you talking about? And they was like, the actor. Jay the actor, the one that always acts. Because I was in everything. I made it a point. Yeah. And I was in the back like, that don't sound nice. Jay the actor.
Let me add that.
Right.
So they was like, yeah, So they were saying Jay the one who acts. And I was like, that's me. Jay the Actor. And that was the birth of Jay the Actor. So thank you to Miss Brock for calling me arrogant, because you allowed me to humble myself. And I had to go back to you. I had to go back to practice humility.
Yeah.
And I couldn't just be the person that was going to talk about how great I was. I had to let my work speak for myself. Yeah. So thank you to Miss G from North Carolina Central. From Chapel Hill, and then also North Carolina Central, the whole theater department, particularly Miss Karen Dakins Brooks.
Man, one of the things that I think is a common theme out of the people that we know, that we said are personally our heroes, right? Mm-hmm. Accountability. And being able to say, hey, I see more in you than what you see.
Oh man, Ms. Brock was difficult like that, and I was like, oh my
But
gosh.
those are the toughest questions. Oh, I'm sorry, those are the toughest conversations at the time. So like my Uncle Bruce, that's who I was on FaceTime with earlier. He's hilarious. But so like I had a situation, and you thinking you reach out to someone, you want them to tell you like, okay, this is what I need to hear. Or I want to hear. No.
They gonna give you the real.
Like, my the conversation went like, look, it is what it is.
Right.
Man up. Don't call me back until you man up. Boom. Hung up the phone. Hung up the phone. Right. Look at my phone. I'm like,
You got me messed up.
yeah, like
I gotta go make it now. Make it
I
happen.
said something else, but then, I couldn't understand what he was trying to do at the time. Like, dog, you got it. You know what I mean? Like, so
He trying to empower you,
it's
man.
those people that they're gonna tell you what you need to hear, not what you want to hear.
Yeah.
Those are the ones that are special, man. Like,
And at that moment, it's difficult to hear.
it's
Trust me.
difficult to process it.
But when you think about it, because when I thought about it, it's like, okay, she's saying you got to practice humility.
Yeah.
You can't just be someone going around and think that you bigger in life and you a freshman.
Yeah.
Nobody know you.
Yeah,
You think
yeah.
that because you did 10 plays and that you
So
think
you
you
was
know
Nick, you was Nick Cannon in Drumline when he first got there.
Oh yeah, yeah. I mean, my confidence level was on 1,000. And that's what I had to realize. I thought it was just confidence, but they like,
Right.
dog, you really walk around here arrogant. Like I was thinking, like you
Can't
ain't pick
touch.
me because again, for 2 years, everything that was going on for me in high school, I was in it because no one wanted to do it.
Yeah.
So I was like the king.
One man
But
band.
then when you go to a HBCU, everybody know it's 10 of
everybody's
you.
doing it, yeah.
It's 10 of you at HBCU. So they like, prove yourself. So I literally had to prove myself and my work and show I'm not going to talk about how great of an actor I am.
I'm gonna show
I'm
you.
just going to work. And that's what I live by now. I don't try to walk and say, you going to see. That's up for you to decide.
Most definitely.
I'm going to go ahead and put it on the table. I'm going to put it on the line. I'm going to leave all my work on the stage and let you make the decision.
Yeah.
That's how they handle it. The good ones always let their work speak for themselves.
Yeah.
That's what you got to do. And switching over a little bit. So, all of us really are parents.
Yeah,
We're fathers. So shout out to our kids out there.
Yeah, my little
You know,
girls.
Lola, King, love y'all.
And Kayla, Elise.
When it comes to your children, do you want your kids, to view you as a hero? I'll start with you, Stokes.
Yeah. I think that's the goal of every parent, right? You want to be your child's like shining star, knight in the armor,
right.
whatever. But like for me, man, like one of the things that I took from my father that I am implementing in mine, sacrifice, man. You gon' as a hero, you sacrifice. You give yourself up. So your time, your energy, your last, you're gonna give all that just for your babies to see
Make sure they're good.
something that you didn't get a chance to see. Make sure that they got everything that they need, man. And that's something that you can't get back, right? Because those memories, you created those memories by that sacrifice.
Yeah, absolutely.
That ain't
Your
gonna
child
change.
gonna remember that.
Yeah.
I remember, my pops, man. He so real life first responder, 33 years, fire department.
Oh man,
Shout out to Pops on that.
thank you for that.
So then when you look at times where he would work overtime, right? So try to make some, things happen for us. Work overtime, but still pull up into the game. Pop up out of nowhere. Like, what you doing coming to the game? But those memories and those sacrifice, man, that you think about, like, hey, you have to give back and sacrifice. And that goes back to what you say. In your definition of a hero, you are looking for the greater good in everything.
And everything. Yeah.
And you want the greater good for your children, no matter what. So, yeah, hopefully they do. And hopefully they do. And I'm going to continue to do everything I can that I think a hero would do for my babies.
That's dope.
I can definitely agree with you. I definitely want my little ones to definitely see me as a hero because you want to, like you said, have those sacrifices for your kids, but you want them to see there's a reason why I'm doing this. There's a reason why I'm getting these extra hours. There's a reason why I'm gonna spend this extra time with you because kids grow fast.
Yeah.
1 minute they're babies, and next thing you're like, dang, you 6.
Yeah.
Dang, you 10. It's like they grow fast, and what you don't want is to miss out on that.
The opportunity.
And something you said, key, Stokes, is that time, that dedicating that time. Kids remember that time more than anything.
Yeah.
You can buy them all the clothes, the shoes, the toys in the world.
Yep.
But the day you took baby girl to Chuck E. Cheese, she remembered that.
She remember
Absolutely.
that first
She-
football.
Man, we had that pizza, Daddy.
Man,
Oh,
it was so good.
But what about you, J. Hurt?
So, all right. So to answer the question, no.
Okay.
Right? I don't.
And give you a why.
Here's the thing. I don't want to be looked at as a hero. I want to be looked at as a great example. The reason why is because for me, when you see when the kid sees a hero, a hero doesn't make any faults.
So they only see the good.
They only see the good.
Okay.
You don't make any bad.
Yeah.
You can't do no wrong.
Yeah.
I want my kids to see that, hey, Daddy does everything he can possibly to, for us. Daddy's not perfect.
Right.
He may make a mistake. When you discipline your children, they got to be able to see that, hey, all this is done for a reason. So
Yeah.
I don't want to be viewed as perfect.
Because when she want her Pop-Tart, she want her Pop-Tart.
Right. I just, because, you set that, I think you just set the bar, like,
So high.
Yeah, you're so high. It's like, now you're putting that pressure on yourself. Like, hey,
Right.
I gotta make sure I do this, so they always view me like that. You know what I mean? So, and that's nothing wrong with being viewed as a hero. But like I said, for me, just I want to be a really good example. Like, hey,
Yeah.
when I look at, like, I have 2 girls.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So when my daughters see me, I want them to see, hey, this is how a man is supposed
First
to
and
treat
foremost,
me.
yep.
This is how a man, supposed to treat my mother. You know what I'm saying? So that's kind of my.
But you're a good example. They still are probably going to view you as a good example because if they see their dad out there working, they see your dad out there loving their mom.
Yep.
That's significant for a kid to see. When they can see, it's the difference of a dad being there in the home and the difference in actually being active, doing things. Because that plays on the kid's psyche. If they can see those different things as a little one, when you get older, you don't have to be like, oh, my dad worked so much, I never seen him interact with my mom.
Right.
Because you have those stories where, the dad is out there working so much and mom is just at home with the kids by themselves.
So they have a stronger bond there.
Yeah, and so it's very important for us as fathers to be active, to show, like, I'm here too.
Present,
we
man.
all in this together.
That's my biggest fear though, man. Like, cause once again, I got 2 girls.
Yeah.
So my biggest fear is I don't want my daughters to grow up and turn out, and I know women, sometimes go through this, like, hey, they're always looking for love and a man that they never had as a kid. So
because they learn love and affection from their father.
Right.
So how you treat them is going to be a direct reflection of what
Or
they're
the
going
men
to
they
look
looking
for.
for.
So
So
you got to
that's it.
make sure that we on our toes for it and make sure we good.
Major
I will
key
put
alert.
somebody in a body bag.
Major
behind
key
my-
alert, the girl
So,
dance.
so let me ask you this, dog. Do you feel like it's important to have a hero? Like you looking at, like, to have someone to view as like a hero for it?
I do. Just depends. It depends on how you built. Because like I said, I never really I didn't never really idolize like celebrities. Like my hero growing up, and I say this all the time. And he may not know this. It's like my Uncle Bruce. I always even though I played ball.
Shout out Uncle Bruce.
Even though I played ball, I used to always tell people, man, I never wanted to be like Mike. I wanted to be like Bruce. So if and I won't speak on some of those things, but if you know my uncle,
Right.
if some, I always wanted to mimic that lifestyle as far as how he was with his family, just the things that he was doing to provide for his kids,
sure they was
my
straight.
cousins,
Yeah.
stuff like that. My father as well. So like I said, I got so many of them, but that was one. Like I said, growing up, like even from how I used to dress to the clothes I used to go and buy, like my fascination with jewelry and stuff like that. All that stuff came from him, man. So that's if you ever hear me say that, I never wanted to be like Mike. I always wanted to be like Bruce. That's
Shout
where
out,
it came from, man. So,
That's love.
yeah,
I think it's definitely important to have heroes in a sense because it's great to be inspired. Because I feel like when you are inspired, it empowers you to either inspire someone else or to live a different way. So you got to make sure that you're doing what's necessary. But that when you see someone else doing something, it's like, wow, well, maybe I can do something like this, or maybe how can I be effective in this like that? What about you? What you think?
Man, for me, similar to Irv, my uncle may not even know that he's my hero, but because I've never really given him, the accolades or did all of that. But you have to have, and at this point, heroes are now mentors. So
Talk about that a little bit.
for me, my uncle has been a mentor, maybe not really hands-on, but just by his actions.
yeah,
Okay.
because you're observant.
Because I'm observing. I take it all in. It's sacrifice, discipline, consistency. All those things go hand in hand.
Right.
I look at my pops, same thing. He's my dad, but he has showed me
Different
consistency and discipline. My grandfather's the same way. So you look at that and you say, okay, in the professional world, and we all are all professionals,
right?
and you have to find a mentor or someone to keep you accountable.
Yep.
And I think that's the power of a hero. That's the term hero now in this day and age. Because if you have a A mentor, that person's gonna pick you up when you fall, let you know when you're drifting, try to pull you back forward, expose you to opportunities, going to show you a play, show you the ways to be able to be successful.
True.
But also, just sometimes be there. Not have to say nothing, have to do nothing, just be there. Have a presence, have a existence.
And tell you not what you want to hear, but
What you
need.
need to hear.
That's key, man. Like,
Yes, sir.
if you got a bunch of yes men, yes women around you, listen, that's not a good situation.
your
man.
circle.
It's not a good situation.
Because those when you make situations, you like, nobody was going to tell
Get
you
you
what
a
you had to do
mentor.
for it.
Yeah, yes.
Get you a mentor.
And it doesn't matter how old you are.
Yup.
Get you somebody solid, right?
Mm-hmm.
That you know that's going.
It's important to have that person or individuals that you can lean on to say, hey man, I'm going through this, or I want to do this in life, and someone's going to inspire you or talk to you to say, hey, I'm like-minded. We can bounce ideas
grow.
off each other to be able to go for it. Because if you, like you said, if you got people that just yes, eventually it's going to lead you down the road to do
Get
something
away
wrong.
from them. Like, I think women, y'all ladies talk all the time, and not saying it's a bad thing, ladies, but y'all have a good social circle, so to speak. We as men, it's almost like I don't want to talk to him because I don't want nobody to know X, Y, and Z.
Situations, yeah.
So fellas, get you some good.
Because he might be going through the same thing.
Same thing. You know what I
Like,
mean?
no, that's
So-
crazy that you talk about this. I'm having the exact same
Or
experience.
I went through
for
it already, and you can kind
Let
of
me give you some
navigate.
game on
So
that.
yeah, so
Man,
fellas,
I got a quote, and I know we are
do your
running, but I
thing.
wanted to tell you. So one of my friends, man, he just posted something about relationships, right? So whether it's work relationships, personal relationships, romantic relationships. I'm trying to find this quote for y'all. But he put it up, and when I saw it, I was actually moved, right? Because if in any business or anything, he put it out. He was like, if you agree on everything, one of y'all are not necessary.
Right.
In any group, in any organization.
True.
So the goal is to work with somebody and to have them accountable, keep you accountable. Say, okay, I might not agree with you, but Irv, you just said something cool that I'm gonna take. And that you could be a mentor for me in different areas of my life.
Correct.
and vice versa.
And vice versa, man.
That's true.
You got to have.
That's
it.
true.
You got to have. it.
Absolutely.
That's very important. So Irv, do you feel like there's a way like you can become a hero, or is that something that just like it just happens?
I think it just happens.
Okay.
I think when you go out trying to be a hero, you know what I'm saying?
I'm here to save the day.
It doesn't necessarily.
Great job.
It doesn't. Yeah, right. It doesn't necessarily end well, man. So this, take it to like your armed forces. Shout out to people in the military, man. Like let's say right now, if a grenade, somebody came in here and threw a grenade on his joint, which one of y'all is gonna be quick to just dive on that joint?
Yeah.
Not thinking about yourself,
Right.
But the lives
Everybody
of
else.
your men. You
Yeah.
see what I'm saying? That you don't just practice that. Like that just.
I'm like every man for themselves.
Because I'm gonna
Catch a corner, dog.
I'm gonna push this table to the side and move. But no, what I'm saying, you don't really think about being a hero.
Yeah.
Like your greatest people, like your Martin Luther Kings, and
Yeah.
all,
Don't view themselves as that. They
No,
just this is who I am.
And if you view me as a hero, great. The ones that try to go out, hey, that looks like a crime over there. Like, you see what I'm saying? Like, no.
Let me call up Irv. He may need my assistance.
Right. No, man. So you gotta, it just happens, man. It's either just like everything else. It's either it's in you or it's
ain't.
not.
It's not.
You can't fake being a hero. It's either there or it's not. So
You think so? You agree or
Man,
disagree?
big time. One of the things that goes back to humility and genuineness.
yeah.
I'm not gonna you're not gonna do something you're not genuine about and get the result that you want.
Yeah.
Anything you do, anything or any time that you do something, you got to come from the heart first.
Right.
So it comes with love, comes from the heart, and you got to push that, man, first and foremost. Because if you don't agree with it, don't like it, don't do it.
Yeah, don't do it.
But then when you look at the people on the street, like you say, out here searching and trying to find a way to get some clout or get whatever,
It don't end well.
it don't end well for you never.
Let me take out my phone and I'm gonna go ahead and hand out
Exactly.
pieces to the homeless. Let
Hey,
me go ahead
look
and get
at me.
straight.
Nah, listen. So that's my biggest pet peeve, man. You see people all the time, like they're giving money, or but they got
Right.
their phone out, man. Like, dude, just give the money.
They gotta show it to the gram,
Yeah,
man.
it doesn't matter, man, because people that like
Doing anything for clout.
you know my
Doing
y'all know
anything
my
for
views on
clout.
social
Hey.
media, man. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, those people don't care about you, man. Like, so stop doing stuff for for likes. And
They can't get their amigos on. They do anything.
Yeah, you already know.
They ain't do anything for clout.
Do it out the kindness of your heart, man.
True,
if
true.
you want to take it to a spiritual level, just type in that in your Bible. Search it on your phone. It'll tell you exactly how you're supposed to give and stuff like that.
Yeah,
Absolutely. So yeah.
So that's dope, man. So how do we? What do you want to leave the people? You know, and I'm leaning on you first, B Stokes, as far as when it comes to just heroes. You know, because you already said not all heroes wear capes. So what do you want to leave the people with when it comes to heroes?
You know, for me, one of the things that I want to be clear about, a hero can come to you young, old, however, but you have to be willing and ready to allow that person to be a hero to you too. You don't have to have or be open to it, because like I said before, heroes are now mentors. Your everyday person that's coming to you and trying to put their best into you outside of your family, and that person is your mentor. So go get you a mentor. Go get you a hero. Go get you somebody that's above you, that's willing to help you get to where they are, and also willing to reach down and pick you back up.
Exactly.
Because it's power in uplift, man, and it's also power in friendship. So, man, if you lock in with somebody that you can call a friend, somebody that you can say wants me to be better, wants my better judgment to kick in, my better position to kick in,
Hold on to that, man.
Hold on to that, lock in, man, and grow together.
Definitely. For me, I would just say, man, on a simpler scale, for the person or individuals or anybody in general, be the change you want to see.
Ooh,
A lot of times we look for other people to do all these things like, well, they have this, and this. They should do this. Be the change that you want to see. And also live the things that you preach. If you're going to talk about things, if you're going to post all on the gram, all on Facebook, on Twitter, live the things that you actually preach. And once you do that, I feel like you can live a life of being an everyday hero without trying to say, I'm being a hero. You can inspire people by just being the change in your community, in your life, in your relationship, in anything that you do. So you can definitely do that just by living the things that you preach about. It's that simple. Yeah. Go ahead and go ahead and give us that the benediction.
Close us out early.
Y'all boys, man. I just think be true to yourself and to who you are. If you're gonna do something for anybody out the kindness of your heart, just do it and just don't think twice about it. You know what I'm saying? That's what that would be the basis of being a hero. Do something, feel good about it, continue to do something, be infectious to someone else. Because you don't understand, like, you know, how you can help someone that can change their whole way of thinking to them.
One act
to help someone else. So just like negativity spreads fast, we need to be more infectious with positivity as well too, and that will create not only one hero, but a plethora of different heroes. Just trying to change the world or change the situation each and every day.
Be your own Corona, baby.
Exactly. Y'all heard this out there, man. Go out there and be some heroes out there.
Man.
People.
Let's get
Go
it.
help somebody, man.
Let's go be some heroes. So shout out to all the heroes out there that do not wear capes, your everyday heroes. And now the time has come for my absolute favorite part of the show. Tell us why you mad.
I'm gonna tell you why I'm mad. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna tell you why I'm mad. I'm gonna tell you why.
And you know, today is not about Irv today. It's not to tell you why you're mad today. You know, So I have to tell you why you mad. I'm gonna tell you guys why I'm mad.
All right,
Tell them,
let's
Jay
hear it.
It's like a 2-part type thing. You know, I'm a little upset about something. You know,
Okay.
And so I'm gonna tell you guys a story.
Okay.
Have you ever seen? You know, let's just take COVID-19. COVID-19 right now is a pandemic. It's going on in the world. It's a crisis. It's everything is going on, and you got your conspiracy theorists, right? Don't get me wrong. My beef is not with conspiracy theorists, but one day they're saying, "Hey, you know, it's because of this. You guys should do that." And then the next week they say, "Hey, it's actually this, and this is what you should do." My beef is these conspiracy theorists that change like the weather. Stick to what you believe. If you're going to believe something, just stick to that.
Yeah.
If you're going to talk about what's going on, stick to that. If you're going to talk about, I don't care if you talk about the earth being flat, if you talking about our people, they trying to kill off our people, stick to what you believe in.
Right.
I may not agree with everything. You don't have to agree with everything I do. But whatever it is that you believe, please just stick to your convictions. Stick to what you believe. Don't let anybody sway you. Don't anybody say, hey, look, man, that's stupid. Okay, it may be stupid, but this is what I believe.
This is what I
stand on
believe.
that.
Whatever it is that you do, pick a side. If you're going to be on the conspiracy side, be a conspiracy theorist. Don't be a part-time conspiracy theorist. Don't be out here one day you want to give conspiracy theories, the next you want to be with the masses. Choose your side.
Choose your side.
Choose you this day.
Choose it wisely.
Man, listen. My thing with that, right? So, when it first started, people were saying, oh, well, I'm good because black people can't get it. Ain't nobody got it. Then
Man, all them NBA stars.
when black people start getting it, then
Now
it
you
was
switch.
then you switch it. Then now it's the
it was 5G, right?
It's the 5G. You got all the celebrities and stuff saying, it's the 5G towers. That's why they're telling you to stay in your house.
Then they kill it. Then it's because to kill us off.
But here's the thing with the
Population control.
Here's the thing with the 5G message, right? Radiation could could be a cause, right? However, the same people that are saying that you're on your phone, you have a Bluetooth in your ear, you've been
As they type
surrounded
it.
as
You
you're
just as
typing it,
connected.
you're using the same stuff that
Eating
you're saying.
Michelin dinners
Right.
in the microwave.
Right. Just like you said, man, pick a theory and stay
But
with
even
it.
if you like you said, even if you believe to your core that 5G is the thing, and I'm not disputing that. That's
me
cool.
neither. Yeah, I'm
But
not-
stick to that. Don't come next week with something different. Like make up your mind.
what is it? Yeah.
Which way you gonna go?
Absolutely.
Right. So that's my first part. Then my second part. This really bothers me. People who count other people's pockets.
Oh yeah.
The ones that they see, look at these people like Tyler Perry. Look at people like Diddy. Look at people like Jay-Z. They got all this money. They should be doing this, and that. But have you realized that these same people won't even give their coworkers a ride to work, and they have to pass their house on the way to work? They also won't give their friends $20 because he need gas money. And more importantly, they won't even shout out their friend's business. You got a boy that been rapping for 5 years. He got his mixtape on SoundCloud, and you won't even share his music.
Lil
And you
Pookie.
got the nerve to say somebody should be doing what? Who are you to dictate what someone should do with their money?
Yeah.
Because someone has a certain amount of money, does that make you entitled to what they have? You don't know what they got,
Facts.
what they had to do to get that, and what they have to do to maintain that. So how dare you come at them and say they should be doing this, and that, and you won't even look out for your peoples right now.
Yeah.
You won't even respond when your people type something on Facebook to say, hey, drop a picture of your third picture in your camera. You won't even do that. And you talk about Jay-Z doing that.
Listen, I'm guilty of doing that. I just don't like,
But I'm saying my point besides that is like you can say all of this, but people got to stop holding themselves to a lower standard. You want to put all these celebrities and everybody who has certain things. I look at Stokes and Stokes want to come in here with the hat and the glasses, dog. Like you should be out here giving because you got this.
Yeah. But see, this is where people get crazy, and this is where it bothers me. To go with what you're talking about. You don't know what these people going through behind them closed doors.
Right.
You don't know what that dollar has done to them or
Right.
what they've done for that dollar.
Right.
So at the end of the day, you have to stay in your lane, my brother
Exactly.
and sisters. You got to stay in your lane because Kiki and Ray Ray don't care about what you're doing. So why you care about them?
Yeah.
Exactly. And even still, you got people that actually do things, but now you got people literally trying to prove, like, no, I donated to the, like, why, you shouldn't have to do that. Whatever you do, going back to what you said before, it's out the kindness of your heart. So I
Genuine,
don't have
baby.
to announce that I didn't pay for 10 people to go to college.
bad.
Shout out to the LeBrons and people that's really doing
Nellies.
things
Nelly do that.
and are really big about, saying what they're doing. But there's millions of people that are out there doing things that they don't broadcast it to
And
the world.
not just your celebrities. You have people in your community
Every day.
right now that are doing stuff that
Every day.
that you're not saying not supporting, but they're not getting the attention. You know why? Because they're not doing it for the attention. They're doing
Exactly.
it for the love of what they
Right.
want to do, man. So
Even
Uplift,
us,
baby.
B2B podcast, Black to the Basics. When we see businesses, we highlight, we celebrate. We not expecting somebody to give us some big shout out, thank you. We appreciate it when they do acknowledge, say, yo, we see what you're doing because we are the people's podcast. We are for the people.
another disclaimer too. Anytime you see stuff that we have on, whether it be apparel or stuff that we're marketing, like none of this stuff is given to us. I just want y'all to understand that because
correct.
what people don't understand, just because it's black owned does not necessarily
Don't
mean
mean free.
free or cheap. So we can't be up here saying we're supporting stuff without
I don't
actually
lie.
Don't buy.
purchase.
So listen, shout out to all the people that have definitely, contributed that, their brands and stuff. We just want to
Definitely.
make sure we,
And we looking to support more.
Absolutely.
So the more people that decide to will say, hey, we see what B2B is doing. My brand could definitely be a part of that. We don't mind supporting your business, and our loved ones and our fans will
Exactly.
as well.
Exactly.
Reach
So
out.
if you got a business, you got an organization, a foundation, reach out to us.
Reach out.
We in the comments, we in the sections. Like, we are here about pushing the culture. We're being there for the people.
For the people.
Like, we are the people's
Let's
podcast.
go. The only people's podcast.
The people's podcast, and we are here for the people. We're gonna support you even when we don't get it back. We're gonna make sure that we do our part. We can never
Absolutely.
allow anyone else to change how we view, and we're gonna make sure we support y'all. So if y'all got a business, hit us up, B2B_podcast, and we gonna catch y'all next week. We out, chill. Back to the basics.
Love y'all, man. Stay safe.
Man, stay safe.